Is it really dark? It was really light before. Oh, I'm gonna have to change the lights. How's that better? That looks better from here. I might have washed my face out though. We'll find out. We'll find out. It's fine. It's fine. Hello, wonderful humans of the internet. How are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. I'm out of breath. Just setting up this room for filming. I need to up my fitness game. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content, like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series, where I teach you how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. You may not have seen that, but I just stuck my thumb right in my tea. It's one of those days. Anyway, like mentioned, you can fast track reactions, like Autumn Winds has done. Now, Autumn Winds deserves a prize for being the most patient patron ever. That was very, very hard to say. But thank you so much for your patience. It is greatly appreciated. And I'll explain why it's taken so long over on Patreon. So if you want to know some like personal stuff, go over there. It'll be on there shortly. But Autumn Winds has asked that I listen to N.Flying. It's another K-pop outfit boy band, I believe. And I've chosen Spring Memories. There was a few links to choose from, and I went for Spring Memories. I've not heard this, and I'm excited. So let's just go and see what we think. Memories like the corners of my mind. That's very cheesy.
내게 딱 어울리는 나라 방금 낮의 온도 차이가 널 설명하고 있단 말야 조심을 해야 할 것 같단 말야.
Okay, so I really like his voice. It's jumping out. It's very informal. So there's not a lot of thyroid tilt coming through, so you're not getting much vibrato or that like singy element. It's very spoken. It's a vertical thyroid cartilage, which just gives you a speechy type of tone. What I really like though is that he is dropping into a lower pitch, which is having a little natural pull in the larynx into a lower position, which gives like a deeper, smokier sound, but it still feels higher placed, like he's not super down here. It's very balanced. I like it. It's good.
우린 불같이 사랑을 줬고 눈이 불 아래에서 덮여 식어가는 영화를 감상 중이야 매번 그런 것처럼 무시게 널 바라보는데 뭔가 어색해 너를 보는 벅찬 내 표정과 같이 묻히게 아름답네 안아줄래 how many times 몇 번이나 how many times 시작 BPM 콩콩.
Okay, right. Had to pick a moment to jump in. So the other guy, his voice is super light, very aspirate. That means that a lot of air is coming through the vocal folds as the phonation happens. So you get a ah. You can always hear the air coming through. It's like somebody's going to let a gas tap out. Now this could be falsetto, traditionally falsetto. It's where the vocal folds actually like separate at the end and it goes stiff, allowing that sound to be made that way. Or it could be a head voice, which is as your vocal folds thin out as you go to a higher pitch, adding an aspirate tone onto that. I'm not entirely sure. I would have to listen, but it's a beautiful sound, whatever's happening. I'd err more on the side of falsetto, but I'm not 100%. We also heard the first guy. He kind of lifted his pitch up into a much higher place. Very bright, lovely sounding, very, very present. His voice has got a bit more push than the other guys, but then because air will soften a sound, that's just a natural byproduct that if you don't add air in, you're gonna, or extra air, you're gonna sound more forward than an airy voice. It's actually something backing singers do a lot. They'll add aspirate tone into their voice so that the main vocal will come through more than the backing singers. So anyway, lovely, lovely stuff. That's head voice. You can hear that there's like straight tone from that, and you wouldn't get that from falsetto because it's too airy. Okay, so that's figured that out. Good. I like that little ending there. So he went full kind of mixy belt. There was a lot of twang in there. That's probably an epiglottal twang. Your epiglottis can close over your vocal folds, but not completely, and it creates this little pressurized chamber of airflow, which creates a much more present, much more punchy sound. So I feel like that's what the higher guy was doing. And then the first guy, the guy that sings slightly lower, he was just keeping it nice and present. He was matching the recipe, but with less twang, so it fell into the background. They really know how to complement each other's voices really, really well. But I do love how he went from that really punchy place and really like big bite sound into this lovely soft bit at the end of the chorus. That was a really nice touch. I like this song.
바람같이 둘이서 계속 함께하고 싶단 말야 반쪽을 채워주고 싶단 말야 우리 둘같이 서로를 나눴고 이해라는 단어에 안겨 굳어가는 맘을 녹이는 중이야 매번 그럴 것처럼 우리 낙엽처럼 물들어가는 꿈 하얀 병자처럼 돌아가려는
The harmony in here is really, really subtle as well. It's not a really punchy one. It doesn't like split in a way that's really bombastic. They're very, very close. I almost feel like it needs a third harmony on there, or a fourth, or a fifth. Maybe I'm just getting too excited. I really like the dynamic here. It's just very laid back. There's not a huge amount of like overcooking it. They are just presenting the song as is. It's really like easy listening is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. I like it. So I think the guy who is playing the guitar or the bass is singing. It's in darkness. I can't see what he's doing, but he looks like he's standing towards the mic. You have to be a detective sometimes when you're doing these videos because you have to look for extra singers. But if that is him, he has got such a soft voice. It's super aspirate. It just really mists up what the first guy is doing. It adds this like film or this, like a mist around the sound. It's really, really beautiful. Their voices work really well together. Yeah, now we're getting really twangy now with the guy with a higher voice. There's a little bit of nasal twang coming through. Now that is your velum, which is like the gateway to your nose, if you like. So if you go, your velum comes down and meets the back of your tongue. Tone will only go through your nose. If you go, nga, the valve will close off. You've only got tone coming out your mouth. So if you go, you've got a bit of both. I feel like that's where he is with the twang from the epiglottis as well. So you just get this really, really buttery compressed sound, and it's really powerful as well. But he's kind of pushing into that power place. It comes from here rather than from an anchored sound, which would kind of boost a belt, if you like. He's getting all from this twangy place, which is gorgeous. I love the guy that's playing the guitar. He's just having a great time. He's just so relaxed. I want him to be in any kind of situation where there's a drama or like an emergency, because I feel like he would just calm me down. He'd just be like, it's fine, we'll sort it later. Harmonies are getting a little bit more distinct now because they're both pulling up to the same kind of intensity, so you have no choice now but to take each one and listen to them and give full focus to each one at the same time. Whereas before they've been kind of playing off of one another and letting the other one take the front, if you like. But it's really nice to hear, and they're kind of leaning into one another, they're looking at each other, and they're matching their vowel placement and everything else. They are really working together as a team, and it's great. Very, very nice. There's a little bit of anchoring. You're pushing. You can see that he's building up this support from the body in order to make a bigger sound so that the larynx doesn't have to work so hard. You don't want to drive all of the effort through your voice. You want to try and distribute some of it through your body in order to get more longevity out of your voice. They clearly know what they're doing. Imagine finishing a song so cutely. Da, 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 ba, da. I love it. So that was N.Flying. I really enjoyed that. When was this video from? This was 4 years ago, so I don't even know if are they still going? Let me know in the comments if there's new stuff. I will go and listen to it. Just give me some links and pressurize me and wait. But if you like that reaction, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and I want you to go and hit like, and then I want you to subscribe, and if you do, I will kiss your face. Bye!